Assalamualaikum to PM Aishah and Dr. Edzreena. So from the old to the new evolutions. Okay, so the topic is system evolution. We are from the group VG Coding. So they're presented by Afif, the kirin, Aishah, amir, Shukri, ameen, khaliq.
Now, let's move on to the legacy system. So, what is the legacy system in system evolution? In the context of computing, to simplify, the term legacy system is referring to computer system, software, or any other technology that is either out of date or might still be in use because of its application program cannot be upgraded. So, what does it cover actually? Let's take an example at Sistro Masys company. They virtualize the legacy hardware but make no change to the business software. Since the change to the legacy system is actually replacement of the hardware only, the challenging process of the software certification does not have to be repeated. Next, what is the process of the legacy system? For the process, we take one example from large company that want to maintain an inventory of its equipment and an associated database that keep track of equipment maintenance and repair. These keep track of what maintenance requests that have been made for different pieces of equipment, what regular maintenance is scheduled, what maintenance was carried out, and how much time was spent on maintenance. This system legacy was originally used to generate daily job lists for maintenance staff, but over time new facilities have been added. But it's practically impossible to enhance the system to support this requirement, so the company decided to provide a new application for the maintenance and call center staff. This application relies on the legacy system, which is to be used as a basis for implementing several services. So some of the services provided are a maintenance service, a facility service, and lastly is a logging service. So what are the deliverables? The deliverable is to reduce their complexity and make them easier to understand and reuse in other applications. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so after software legacy, we go to the software change. Okay, so what is software change? We go to the definition of software change first. Okay, so software change management is the process of selecting which changes to encourage, which to allow, and which to prevent according to the project criteria, such as schedule and cost. Okay, so next is the reason why software change happen. Okay, so the first reason is incomplete requirements. So the second one is organizations restructuring, and next external factor such as a new vendor, technologies, or methodologies. Okay, we go to the finals of this software change. So the third is software change process. So the change management process required several decision makers at the various decision points. The change management process should address the following question. The first one is identify the decision maker. Next is gather data for the change. And the third one is analyze, implement, and test the change. Fourth is communications of the change. And then lastly, administer and enforce the change procedure.
Let's talk about software re-engineering. Software re-engineering is the process of updating the software without affecting its functionality, and it would also improve the product maintainability. So what does software re-engineering covers? It is the process that allows to discover unnecessary steps and resources that have been implemented in the current software and remove the implementation. Therefore, it will minimize the cost, which is time, financial, direct and indirect costs. Let's move on to the process of the engineering. It starts with the existing software and move on to reverse engineering. Reverse engineering process is done through analyzing and inspecting the system specification and understanding the existing process. Next is restructuring. This deals with the rearranging or reconstructing the source code and deciding whether to retain or change the programming language. However, it should not impact the existing functionality of the software but further enhance them instead for more reliable performance and maintainability. Lastly is the forward engineering. This is the last process where it integrates the latest specification based on the result of the evaluation from reverse engineering and restructuring. After these three processes is done, we will obtain the updated software. Moving on to the deliverables. With any company that use modern technology or develop application or software, need to consider engineering. It is because for the customer they need a system that well function and easy to use in the future. Sometimes some of the feature and functionality has been outdated and need to improve by using software engineering process. The system has to be tuned in according to trend and changes that happen. Thus, it has to be updated accordingly.
Now let's talk about configuration management. Configuration management can be defined as the process of handling with product, facility and process by managing the information which including change and ensuring they are what they are supposed to be in every circumstance. It will help in managing and controlling the software and hardware configuration and will be used when there is change in the software requirement. There are 4 activities in configuration management. First is configuration item identification, which is a process where decision is being made on identification and control of configuration item while change. Secondly is change control, is where a board of people that make important decision regarding configuration management of project. Third is status, which is one of the activity of configuration management consists of recording and reporting of information where it is needed for managing configuration effectively. The fourth is audit, which is configure where functional and physical are being divided. For the advantage is configuration management are to ensure that the tester can identify what code they are testing and have control over test documentation such as defect log and test bank. Next, it will maintain project team morale and eliminate confusion problem among project team. There are many configuration management tool software such as CF Engine, Ansible, Sortstack and TeamCity.
Incident management. What is it? An incident is any unplanned event occurring that require future investigation. According to IEEE, incident management is the process of recognizing, investigating, taking action and disposing of incident. What is covered? Each team is respond effectively so they can recover fast to define who is accountable for it. Communicate clearly to the stakeholder, both service owner, those which in the organization but ultimately their customer. What is the process of firstly, incident detection. You need to be able to detect an incident event before the customers it whenever it's minor or major issue. Second, prioritization and support. You need to be able to prioritize the incident and provide initial support. Third, investigation and diagnosing. Investigation the incident so that you can better understand how it happened and hopefully prevent it from happening again. Fourth, resolution. After you have figured out what exactly happened, you need to create efficient and effective solutions of this accident. Fifth, incident closure. Just because incident is closed does not mean your job is done. Lastly, monitor. Monitor your resolution to make sure it is fail-safe and that everything is working perfectly. Call the customer and make sure everything is working. What is the stakeholder and their role? Incident management is normally spread into 3 levels of support, generally grouped together into help service desk. Level 1 support involve technical staff that is trained to solve common incident and fulfill basic service requests. Level 2 support incident include IT staff to solve common knowledge of the system in question. Level 3 support team member are generally specialized in the subject matter of the incident. Deliverable. Incident arise on incident report, either electronic or on paper. The objective is to provide developer and other party with feedback on the problem to enable identification, isolation,
From system legacy to software change to software engineering to configuration management and to incident management. So what is the relationship between these 5 things? System legacy is the old software, while software change and software engineering is the process to enhance the legacy system. Configuration management and incident management is to manage the system evolution process. That's all from our team.
Conclusion. System evolution is an important part to improve the system to be more effective and efficiently to use by the stakeholder. We are choosing software change and the configuration management in the system evolution. By using this part, it will help the system e-registration involving without any error defect and meet the requirement of the stakeholder.